going to show you two different ways to do winter sowing. The first way is directly in the earth, and the second way is using different types of vessels. Let's get going with that first way. A tote that I've cut holes out of at the top, some slits, a couple of different kinds of milk and kefir holders that I've cut the bottoms out of. I've also punched holes in these in order to put the stakes in the ground to hold them down. And from the dollar store, I got a cloth. Okay, I can figure out where I need to put those seeds if I do that. And I'm going to sprinkle some balanced organic fertilizer on here. A little bit of mycorrhizal fungi. And my favorite, some people think it's nuts, but I find that it's great. It's called azomite. It is trace minerals rock dust. I am going to plant viroflay spinach here. This is one of my favorite types of spinach. And put my marker in there. Cover this up. So now I'm going to take this and put it on. And I do need to weigh this down, so I'm going to put a brick on top. Next, I'm going to do some leeks right here. I've got at least 25 plus seeds there that I'm going to do here. Leeks are very forgiving being put together, and then if I take them out and separate them, they're fine. I went on to plant bunching onions, some arugula, also called rocket, some mizuna, and I was really impressed with those landscaping staples. They got down into that still somewhat frozen soil. These are those landscaping staples I got off of Amazon, 50 of them. They are 12 inches long, galvanized steel. They are amazing. I don't know what I ever did without them, using those old 6-inch ones that rust. So that's the first type of winter sowing, in the earth with little makeshift greenhouses. And do keep in mind that they are like little greenhouses. So if it is a really warm day out here and your seedlings have emerged, then you need to vent them just like you would a greenhouse. Take it from experience. I might have killed one or two in the past. I am doing winter sowing prep today. I have a variety of containers here that I am getting ready. This was a salad takeaway container. I've already done one of those. I cut 2 big holes, triangles in the top, and 3 little holes, triangles in the bottom, and that'll make a nice little winter sowing container. I've already done one of these half-gallon milk jugs. I did it hinge style so that I can start something in there. I'll leave the top off and tape around this area. So let me show you a little close up and personal how I go about doing this. On the bottom, I just go in and cut a triangle, just as easy as that. And I usually do 4 of them on the bottom. And then to get the top, I figure out where the handle is, because that's the nicest place to leave the hinge. And then I get my finger as a guide, and I start making my line around the bottom. What I found is, just don't be in a hurry. Depends on what kind of seed you're going to sow in here, how deep you're going to want this to be. I know that I'm probably going to be doing this as flowers, so I don't really need a really deep one. You can draw a line too, to make it even easier. So now I've done that, and I have a hinge. This will fit back on. I can tape it after I fill that with soil. I'm going to go ahead and poke out the rest of my drainage holes here. And we will leave the lid off, of course. All right, on to the next one. And I have a juice, a kefir bottle, a couple of kefir bottles. And this one is a big salad container. And I put it inside a second salad container bottom to see if I couldn't capture a little extra warmth. I've done triangles cut out on the top here, 6 of them, and 6 of them on the bottom or more for drainage. And I'll set the one into the other and get some seeds started in there. I have a spinach container. So I wanted to show you a little trick that I found to get these labels off, and it works on most of them. You take your hairdryer on the hottest setting and you warm it up. Okay, so now that I've made a lot of noise and it's good and warm, you can see that label peels off easy peasy. And the sticky residue, you just do this a few times and most of it comes off. I also had, with all of these other containers that I saved, these little, you get like ketchups and sauces in them with little lids that come with them when you get a takeaway. And these are perfect for germinating seeds that you just want, a couple of in the garden. So if you get these, they're handy to keep because they make great use this time of year for seed starting, germination. I'm down in the garage now. I've made my favorite mix of the Organic Pro Mix together with some vermiculite. And then I get that all hydrated and mixed up and ready to start filling the various containers that I have prepped for the winter sowing. Now for the best part, deciding which seeds I should sow. So here's what I've decided to sow. Some French breakfast radishes, some rosemary, some cherry bronze snapdragons, some scarlet peony poppy, some Snapdragon Black Prince. Both of those are gonna love a little bit of cold stratification. Some of my saved short yellow marigolds, some American spinach, and the delicious Marvel of Four Seasons lettuce. So the next step is to tape this down. I like to use clear packing tape, and I fold one end a little bit so that it's easier to get off again when that time comes. So it's 2 days later. I've got a window of time to continue on with my winter sowing. And what I decided to do was I put 2 containers of potting soil inside that doubled up salad container. I'm going to put flat leaf parsley in one of them and some Bloomsdale long-standing spinach in the other. I also did 3 more containers of flowers. One has calibrachoa. That's that beautiful tiny petunia-like plant that's great. It drips over the sides of hanging baskets. It's lovely. Some short snapdragons that I've saved for years, and some delphinium that Allie at My Rusty Garden sent me from Canada. They like cold stratification, so they're going to be perfect for this. I'm going to take those containers now and put them out on my little deck right outside the dining room where I can watch them. It's a little protected here. Our snow is melted here in Chicagoland, but that won't last for long. It'll be back. It is winter in Chicagoland. Another thing to keep in mind is the best thing to use seed-wise for either of these methods is something that is cold hardy or needs cold stratification. They work out the best. And remember, sometimes the only thing we harvest is knowledge, and that's okay. Bye for now. See you on the next one.